So, hi everyone, welcome to the website's call. I see we have a couple of newcomers today, and I'm assuming that most of you are UI UX developers. So, let's begin with a couple of introductions. Let's get to know you a little bit, and you guys can volunteer. Anyone who wants to go first. If you're attending this call for the first time, please introduce yourself to the community. Any one of you can go. Okay, you can volunteer and go first. Otherwise, I'll start taking names.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Taiwo Oluwasegun. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a UI UX designer. So yeah, basically that's all.
Great. What tools? What are you familiar with? What do you use most often?
Oh, okay. I'm very familiar with Figma. I use Photoshop. I use Illustrator. Yeah. So basically that's what I do. I also use After Effects for motion design. So.
That's great. Welcome to the community.
Thank you.
Who else? Praise, do you want to go next?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Ezulike Praise. I'm from Nigeria. I am a UI UX designer and I'm familiar with Figma. I use Figma mostly.
That's great. It's great to have you here. Okay. Who else? Who else is new to the community or is joining us for the first time today? John, is this your first time over here? I don't see any other newcomers. Ivar, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's
Okay.
pronounced Ivar with a long E. Well, I'm an open source UI UX designer, and I have been using Figma for a year, and I have also some backgrounds in front-end development, like, React and Vue.js. And I also have background and some proven record of experience in SEO, content strategy, and digital marketing, and mostly inbound marketing and content marketing besides. And I have also done a copywriting too, and my niche is direct response there. And I love UI UX design. I'm just at the process of a career shift. And I love to dedicate my time to open source community and help it grow because, I can really feel it because it's a really good work. I'm really interested in it. And it's my, working at a layer 5 is my, third experience in this community. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Lee must have been very excited if he heard you say you're into SEO and stuff, because we have a lot of work around that. And it's great that you're here now. I think you can take up a couple of areas as well. And we have a lot of sites built around React. So I think you'll find a lot of places to contribute and make an impact in. Okay. Anyone else who's new on the call? Deep, is this your first time or have you been to this call before? I'll wait for a few seconds in case anyone wants to volunteer and introduce themselves. Otherwise, we'll move on with the agenda items. All right. So let's start. I think we should begin with layer 5 first because I don't see Shubhra on the call today. Can one of you ping him on Slack? Ask him if he's joining us. And also Rohit, because he has a topic today. Aditya or anyone, can you please send out a reminder to them? Okay. First up, we have Sahil's topic. Sahil, hope you're here. Yep. Do you want to share your screen or like I don't have anything to share?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
My screen is visible now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I made a few new changes
Yes,
in the design. So instead of going for the video part, we will be going for like a image slider thing about like how it works section. So if you guys have any like design idea or anything which can help to improve the design a little bit more, then it will be really helpful. And I deleted the integration in collection part and change it with the related sections, and like I think it can be improved a little bit more. So I will be needing some reviews from you guys regarding that. And I updated the messaging integration and want your app listed placeholders. So if you have any suggestion for this too, then it will be really great.
Is the new honeycomb design implemented at this site?
Sorry.
The new honeycomb design that you have with the shadow, is it?
Yeah, it is implemented.
Okay, you can continue sharing your screen, and since we have a lot of UI UX people today,
Yeah.
if you have any suggestions, great. Like this is a new design. This is a new site, a new page for the Layer 5 website. And Sahil has been working on it for quite some time. He has made the home page for the integrations. Sahil, you can share the home page once.
Yeah, sure. Like this will be the starting page, collection page, and when someone will click go to any particular integration page, it will be redirected to something like this page.
Yeah. So, any feedback, anyone? What do you think of this new design? So, the one which is showing right now is the page, is the individual collections page, and the grid one is the home page for all the integrations. So, any feedback for Sahil today?
Sorry guys, I think I don't know if it's just me, but I can't see Sahil's screen.
Wait, I will reshare my screen.
Yeah, it's visible to me.
It's visible to me also.
Can you see it now? Or Sahil, can you paste the link to the Figma designs on chat? Maybe then we can check it out. I don't have the link with me. Sahil, can you hear? Okay, great. Right. So one thing which I feel like is that we could maybe for a change, like add a background to the see it in action tip. Like otherwise it's completely plain. Like I think that we could use a background over there. Nikhil is
Excuse
asking.
me, can I comment on this design?
Yeah.
The very first thing is that did you use any specific grid here? Because some parts are really not aligned, like the features and with the section below, and that see it in action thing with that overview, and the other thing is that the overview text, connect that part, there are lots of spaces there. So if you can reduce, it would be really good.
Sahil, was that you're on mute? If you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Actually, that's on a justify settings. I will just use that left alignment. It will fix that.
I think Ivar was talking about the spacing between these two sides.
Yeah, basically, it was talking about the text alignment. Like there's so much space between the overview text. It was due to the alignment that I did, which I will fix that. And he was talking about the alignment of a feature and the overview. It's not properly aligned.
Okay. And
And excuse me, but if you just please go a little up, and that section, there's a paragraph section. There from right, we don't have the exact negative space as we have from left. So that could also be a problem.
Sahil, I think you made that. This is, I think, the first time Sahil has been working out with Figma. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why he missed out on a couple.
Actually, I'm not used to work with the design. That's why I
I
need
see.
some alignment issues and all that.
Cool. And will we have, like in the hero section, will we have, uh, I think Nikki was asking if that element is still there. The hero section
Oh,
with design. Where are we skipping that?
like actually, we don't have any idea or any review from other people through which I can improve that design. So for now, I just remove that part. Like later on, if we get the idea, I will add that.
Okay. So since this is a new design, anyone on the call, if you want to help Sahil out a little bit with the design and you have any other suggestions, you can reach out to him directly. You can reach out to him on the public channel, which will be more advisable because then all of us will be aware of what's happening. So if anyone has any other ideas or suggestions about how to design this page, you can share it with us. Any more suggestions right now? I do think this needs a little bit more work, but even I'm not sure what exactly to say here.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to improve that design, but I don't have anything what I can do with that.
Okay.
The related section can be improved more.
Yeah, John, you have a suggestion. You can unmute yourself and uh, say it out. We cannot hear you, so if you can type it in chat as well. The design looks clean and usable. We can reduce the spacing and alignment. Can also use some work. Yep. Okay. So cool. Let's Sahil, you can do one thing. Whatever suggestions you're getting right now, you can make a note of them in the meeting minutes itself, and we'll circle back to this one later on. And till then, whatever you have, I think you can since we're making collection and everything, we can look into styling a little later as well. You can set up the background collection for it, and
Yeah.
as and when the style changes, we can keep working on it.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Any other feedback before we move on to the next topic?
Sai, we are adding the video, right?
Kamal, as you made the video, I will add that in the docker page. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, so the reason why we did not make the video
Okay,
right,
okay.
since we have a lot of collections, and it'll not be a very easy task to come up with videos for all of them uh, very soon. So screenshots will be much easier to get, and much we're going with screenshots right now. But as and when we get more videos, it'll just be an addition to the page. But we don't have them for most of the collections, and that is why we kind of will avoid adding the video for now. But if you're working on it, you're most welcome to. We can use this video not only over here, but anywhere else. So yeah, any sort of contribution in the video section is most welcome. Okay, is that all for this topic? No other feedback? Cool. Let's move on to the next topic. Yash has opened a couple of performance-related issues on the layer 5 side. Yash, can you briefly go through all of them? Ask for volunteers on the call now.
Yeah, let me share my screen so I can.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've opened many issues as of now for layer 5 performance to increase the performance stats. You can check them out, most of them in the issues. And there are two issues for image optimization. Beforehand, we were doing image shifting to static image plugin, but many pages were left. So we are continuing on that. And one of the issues is for the font to ensure that all the web font is only load when there's text for that, and there's an increase in cache age to get better performance. I've also linked resources in all the issues, so please go ahead and look into it. Many of them are unassigned, so open for volunteers. Thank you.
One thing just I need to add for the cache issue. We won't be able to control the cache part because that is something which we need to handle on the servers. And since we are using GitHub to host our site, that is something which is not in our hands.
Um,
So unfortunately, we'll have to continue with the. I think it gives 10 minutes or so. Yeah, the current cache timeout is 10, so we'll have to continue with that one.
okay, I will close it.
So from the last call, I think that I'm not sure if we merged any PRs for this, but the video downloading twice, it's not happening anymore. Did we merge? Did someone put in a fix for this? I'm not aware. Because my PR wasn't merged and that wasn't a solution, I think. Or it could be something wrong with, I have no idea, but it's not happening right now. But one problem that is happening is for some reason, the performance is good enough. It's back to the 90s now, but the core web vitals are failing. But most of them, we don't have anyone in the red zone, which is the poor zone. There are 2 in the needs improvement zone and 4 of these which are good, but I'm not sure why the core web vitals are failing according to this report. So since we fixed this somehow, I'm not sure, but if any one of you can also look into this and find out why this is happening, why this is failing in the mobile view, it's not failing. But on desktop it is. So this is one open issue that you can take a look at, anyone on the call. And Yash, if you want, you can also create an issue for this in the existing list of performance issues that you have. And if anyone's interested, you can go comment under the various issues that we have, and we'll get you assigned so that you can work on it. Any questions, any suggestions, anything based on this topic? Or does anyone have any idea of why this might be happening? Okay, you guys can take a look, and if you find something, feel free to share it with us on Slack or anywhere else that you want, maybe on GitHub. Okay, moving on, we have Leonard's topic. Leonard, do you want to share your screen? Is Leonard on the call?
Okay, yeah, I am. So let me share my screen. So can you see my screen?
Yep.
Right. Okay, so this is my issue. So previously, before I worked on this issue, it was actually like having the search feature was having some basic bugs. So this was because of the pagination that was added to it. So sometimes the pagination is the search returned at some point is lesser than what is paginated, right? So because of that, the data would actually return, but then it would not actually like be on the view. So I had to add some logic to the search bar, to the search box, which actually like if there is more like there is a value in the search box. So if I go to like say the third page, because this happens when you're like in the third page. So if I go to like the fourth page and I start to search something like Lee, all right. So so far there is value here. This actually defaults goes back to 1. So it sort of starts from the beginning, right? So because previously if I'm on the fourth page and I search, it's actually searching from the fourth page, it doesn't really default to 1. So the search results doesn't actually like paginate properly. So that's why even though the search are returned, it doesn't really like work as intended. So this actually works here now. And going to the resource page. Took me a while to figure this out, bro. So going to resource page and I go to 5 and search Lee again. So this works now. So so whatever, I think it works for both this the blog and the resources page, basically. So
Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. You've raised a PR as well.
yes,
Cool.
yes.
Okay, thank you for this. We'll review and we'll get this one.
Thank you.
ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್
Okay. Great. Next up, we have Harshit's topic. Harshit, did you get a chance to discuss the solution for the flash effect that we have?
Yes, sir. I discussed the solution with Nikhil. I kind of so applied it to it. I'm sharing my screen to show the result of it.
Okay, so the problem what we are having is that we are having a flash share after screen to screen, but after implementing that gets by dark theme solution, I think here it is. Yeah, and don't look at that, it is ugly, I know. I will fix that. So basically, we are not having a flash while scrolling the page. We are having some problems, it will be solved, don't worry about it. But we are not having a flash here, but after loading the full page, we are having a flash. So yeah, that's the issue now. But yeah, that's a half implemented solution. But I actually applied the average principle that Gatsby was saying. It's having a flash only on a loading, not on the just on in-page scrolling. So
When
yeah,
you
that's
load, does it like did it go back to the light mode? I didn't like if you're in a dark mode and you load it once more, if you refresh it on the dark mode.
okay on the dark mode.
Yeah. Okay, it goes back and it comes again.
Hmm. I think it doesn't have a fix, but in scroll the flashing is fixed now. Yeah.
Does this fix like I think it doesn't on the home page when the banner switches on refresh, does it fix the flash effect over there as well?
I mean, after loading, I think it will not fixed.
Yeah.
No. Nope. It's not fixed, I think.
Cool. So I think you'll be working on this. Do you think you're using a plugin for this or something else?
Yes, I am using a Gatsby Dark Mode plugin. I think that's what I think Nikhil I think also working on. I think he was working on a different plugin, but with a similar purpose of this.
Yeah, so that plugin didn't help much. Like that was the Gatsby SSR plugin. I tried implementing it to see if it actually helps in our case, but seems like whatever benefit it provides, we are already getting from Gatsby, so not much of an effect. Like the reload part doesn't help. The page reload is still the same. The resources are getting downloaded as we move towards them. Like when that comes into the viewport of this page. So yeah, nothing much of an effect of the plugin as such. Unfortunately, with the refresh part, the flash effect that we are seeing, that still stays even after using SSR plugin or the Gatsby dark plugin.
So Harshit and Nikhil, if immediate fix is not clear, I think you can open an issue in case someone else has a better fix, maybe.
Okay, I think, but we can merge this half issue that we are having a little flash here on there. We can merge that at least for now.
Yeah, we can take in the dark plugin, but the banner issue is still unresolved, so we can have an GitHub issue for that.
Okay. Thank you, Harshit and Nikhil. Anything else from you guys today? That is all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Shubhra is still not on the call, so we'll take this topic again after we cover Aditya's topic. Aditya, do you want to share your screen?
Yeah. I'll just quickly share small updates from my side. Okay, so first of all, regarding the service mesh performance dashboard, earlier we used to show all the performance profiles that didn't have results also, but now we have hidden the performance profiles that don't have results and only show those which have results present in them. We are working on to fix the.
1 second, your screen is invisible. Yeah, now it is.
Yeah, is it? It's visible, right?
It is, but it's very slow. Will you share the preview link to me? Maybe I can share it and you can explain.
Okay. Yeah. So earlier we used to show all the performance profiles which didn't have results, but now we only show the performance profiles which do have results. So there was a small update that I made on the dashboard. Other than that, we are currently working on to fix the naming system of the individual performance profiles, like it's OSM 40 or so test.yaml, but we're planning to change that something to somewhat human readable, and in fact add some more details like runner details and everything on the subtext instead of performance profile number one. Yeah, that was one quick question. Another one I was going to do about compatibility matrix. Like, let me try to share my screen again. So I guess. Okay. So another quick update on compatibility matters is that now different version of Kubernetes we our E2E that we perform our E2E test are shown on the compatibility matrix. Like we perform E2E test on different Kubernetes version. Earlier we used to only show one version of Kubernetes, but now all the version of Kubernetes which are being used in the testing are shown in the compatibility matrix. And other than that is the sorting of individual column fields. So yeah, so the column fields allow, like in all the tables of the compatibility matrix are now sortable. Like if you click on the column of individual column, the field gets sorted. This is in the main integration table as well as the past results integration tables as well. That was some quick updates from me.
Hey, Subedi, I apologize for my voice, but are you going to show the Kubernetes versions within the integration tests themselves, within the history of tests?
Wait. Kubernetes.
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't get your question.
Choose a specific adapter and go into the test history.
Okay.
Yep, and then you go into the test history. Probably the screen share is slow. Okay. Yeah, don't try to skip over this, man. I see what you're doing.
Okay, so
yeah.
So like we need to show all these Kubernetes version here also.
Oh, you sneaky man. Okay. Yeah. Probably not an easy challenge. Well, I don't know. I guess so. So each time that a test session occurs, like for each timestamp that you have, at some point you'll have the full result set that you have now, but duplicated once for like 4 versions of Kubernetes. And it's just, I can imagine it being kind of a lot of, like here, it's like, okay, that's not a lot of data. That's 4 records, or that's 4 rows. But if you visit Meshery Istio, there might be like 5 test results per Kubernetes version. And so maybe it gets a little long. Maybe that's okay. Maybe there's no new. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could potentially have this or you would have this repeated 4 or 5 times. So there's a few newcomers who are UX focused. Man, we've got tons of UX challenges, tons. Like here's one right here, information architecture. How do we show a dense set of information to the site visitor? So I'm not sure how many folks, I wasn't here earlier, but I definitely see some new names, some names of folks who've just joined the community. And this is a great opportunity for people to like just volunteer, get involved, jump in and express an opinion, suggest a solution. So the challenge that we're talking about right now is this line, we have platform mini cube. We need to have this repeated like 4 times. And the user has already in concept drilled down like three mouse clicks. They're already potentially 3 mouse clicks deep. Yeah. So I'll message Subedi's call sign in Slack. You can ping him. And if you have any suggestions. Cool. This is good. Hey, by the way, I did one other update from me on what Subedi was just showing. The very first page that you showed with the compatibility matrix, essentially the overview for all of the Kubernetes versions that are supported. I changed the logic for the 3 color. I don't know if you can share again, but it'd be helpful for everyone else to understand. I changed the logic for the 3 colors of check marks, the red X, the yellow check mark, and the green check mark. It used to be that you get the green check mark if you were at 100%, and that's all right. But we were only hitting it so much. So anyway, I moved it to 90%. So if you're 90% and above, then you get a green check. And if you're failing at a rate of 20% or less, then you get a red X. Otherwise, if you're between 20 and 90, you get a yellow. So yeah, okay. Maybe that's wrong if people think differently. It felt like we were not doing ourselves any favors. And like there was a lot, maybe more red showing up than, yeah, it didn't look good. We don't want to lie and say, hey, everything's fine and it's all green. We can make a footnote on the table, if we want. Okay.
Thank you, Lee and Aditya. Aditya, like Lee mentioned, I think we can have like a label signifying each symbol. You can add that in. It's similar to what we have on the other tables on our side. I think on the layer 5 side as well. Something like this.
Yeah, something legend kind of thing, right? Footnote, small footnote.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Next up, we have Rohit's topic. Rohit, cover this first, and then you can also show your PR for the new site, and I'll give a brief overview after that. Or
Sure,
you can,
sure. Yeah, thanks. 1 second. Let me change screen. Yeah, is it visible? Yeah, okay. So I had a task to make the catalog page responsive. So as of now, it looks like this. If it loads up. Yeah. So there was a problem of this overlapping of all these cards overlapping. I just had to make another flex box and align it properly. So this is how it looks right now. I think it's looking pretty good as of now. But if there are any changes, I can take it up and work on it as well. All the I also checked the filters; it's working properly. Some filters, it'll give some empty queries, so it'll create some empty divs. So I have to work on that, or I can ask for Aditya's help. So that's about the catalogs updates. And moving on to the footer.
Just one thing regarding
Yeah.
the catalogs.
Yeah.
So in the responsive view, is it possible to have a drop down for the filters?
For the
filters. Like when you switch to mobile view, instead of showing all the filters directly on the screen
yeah,
itself,
for this
the API
Dropbox,
can,
right? Yeah.
yeah, for individual section.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah.
Like otherwise, it takes up a lot of screen on the initial
Yeah.
view, and the user might not have a good experience.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah, cool. I need to think on how to go about that, but yeah, I think I can do it. So, yeah.
One other thing you can do is like the list is of the catalog is too long, and most of them are like coming soon. You can add like a show more thing and decrease the size of the list.
Okay.
Because,
Pagination,
yeah.
no? Like
No,
pagination.
not like a pagination, like a show more.
Okay, just a button that says show more, and then if you click on it, it'll load more.
Exactly.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That it? Yeah. Okay. And so I was also tasked to create a footer in Meshery's service mesh patterns page. So this I don't think I have the PDF to run up to. Yeah, I don't have the. I think there's no preview over here. I have to compile it again, so it's going to take time. So this is how it looks. It's just an image as of now. Yeah. If we have time, I think I can run it and get back to you. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought I was only supposed to show the catalog. So yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I think you can run it once, but if you're gonna show what is in the screenshot itself, it's not required. Like there are no changes other than the screenshot, right?
Yeah, no, not much. It was just code changes. All I have to do is code refactoring. But it looks exactly the same. So yeah.
Okay, so one thing which isn't your fault, like on the Figma design, I think I suggested it to Shobra that we'll have to change the design for the footer a little bit. Like right now, as you can see over here. Yeah, so I feel you've added a description, but we need to spread out the links a little bit. Like right now, we only have resources, but we'll probably need links to our projects on the Layer 5 site, the discussion forum, and a couple of other links, and they have to be spread out a little bit, not stacked up, because the other two sides are completely empty.
Yeah.
And I think Lee texted that we are in need for volunteers for this site. This is a completely new site, and we had one of the contributors working on it, and this is the latest update. And I don't think we have any major updates since the last 2 weeks. So if anyone on the call, if you're interested, we have like a lot of UXers today. So you can take a look at this. You can collaborate with Shubhra and work on the design. So the need, just to make it clear to everyone, we like you can see on our layer 5 site, the main site, for service mesh patterns. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay. We have a book which is in progress, but the purpose of the new site is to talk about this book. And we, like you can see over here, Shuvra divided this, like it was originally we wanted like a single page site, because since it's going to be all about the book, we did not need multiple pages. But Shuvra, I think he started off with 4 pages, one for about the author, one for the chapters, one for patterns in action. But in order to have the page, the website live, if any one of you wish to collaborate on this, we can also reduce it down to 1 or 2 pages at max if we do not have anything for currently for patterns and actions and everything else. So that we can just kick it off, we can assign the various components to people and have a website which is ready to be shared. And then later on, we can work on patterns and action and everything. But right now, as you can see, the homepage is incomplete. Even this, I'm not sure if this is complete or not, but this looks ready. But yeah, there are some small updates on the footer, even on the nav bar a little bit if we reduce the pages now. So it'll be all about the book, and similar to this page itself, like this has chapters, this has the index and everything. So I think Lee has shared the link as well where it is live right now. So Ivar said he's interested. So any one of you, I'll quickly describe some other areas of need as well for designs, but this is one of them. And Kamal, do you have any updates on the site? Like I think you were assigned to the about section.
Yes, I have update. Maybe I could share my screen.
Yeah, good. So Ivar, I think you've got the access to Figma. You can create a copy without disturbing the existing styles and start working from there.
I guess, is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yep, it is.
Yeah, so in the Figma design, I was okay. So the navbar hero section, the about section. So I was working on this about section. So I have made this, and I've also got a PR attached with it. Um, it is yes, yeah. So this is the PR attached with it. I've attached a screenshot. Maybe I wanted to run it, but it would take a little time. So yeah, it is like about the. It is same as the section about section. Maybe if I get a minute, I could run it, but it would take a little time. So yeah, this section is complete, kind of. I have just the only thing left is to add this vectors, and as Gaurav pointed that maybe I want to use Gatsby style components. So it's just if I will change, then it will be okay.
Great. So I think Shubhriti also texted, and even I felt that this section is too much text, like the about section. We might have some visual elements in this, and screenshots. I'm not like, I don't think we have a lot of screenshots currently available, but maybe like the bullets and everything, we could use some other components. So yeah, it's another thing that goes into design.
Yeah, as per the need, I will modify it as we develop.
Cool.
Like this thing is ready, but the changes that will come in with time, I will develop in it.
Okay, the spacing on both the sides, is it like, I don't know if it's equal for you.
No, this is yeah. This actually this was screenshot taken, so it has come like this. But in real, it is equal spacing. Maybe I could run it.
Okay. Cool. So if we have any updates to the design anytime soon, I think you can modify this design a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I will. I will adopt it.
Okay. And we haven't heard from Palak or Bhavya. So if they do not, I've texted them on the website channel itself. If they do not respond in maybe a day, then these we can like open this up for assignment as well. Anyone can take it up.
No, yeah, that's today. the today is right. Hey, yeah. So I finally brushed my hair and woke up. And now you guys all have the pleasure of seeing me, which is great. Yeah, so good. So I'm super pumped that Chinendu and Ivar are here. And I thought we had a couple of other.
Ivar is into SEO related stuff.
Oh man, all right, Ivar, I think we're gonna be friends.
Shall we choose? That's nice.
Oh man, I can just feel us being very good friends already. It's just,
I feel the vibe already.
And then I thought there was one. Oh, and then Alexis is here as well. Who's I think that's the same Alexis from Slack who's said hi and introduced. That's always very nice when people introduce. We didn't expect to get such an outpouring of people interested to do UX things. I'm not sure, it's about 150 people, and which is great, but it makes us step back for a moment to organize a bit better and set up a few projects. Like there's just a bunch of random smattering of things to do. And anyway, so we'll step back and take a moment to articulate some of the larger projects and what's needed. What we didn't necessarily make obvious, I think, from some of the tweets were that there's a lot of video editing, video, I guess you could say creation, but the Meshery as one of the projects, it has lots of features. Those features are not, like there isn't a lot of small video clips that show them off. And video clips that are, well done, that give you a little intro to the feature and make it kind of sexy, make it kind of eye candy. And so if for those that are into video as well, there's work there. Yeah, a lot like that one. But I interrupted, I apologize to say that for Bhavya, she has committed to working on the site and then didn't do it, and then recommitted and then didn't do it. I think that's where we are. I don't think she's done it a third time yet, but 2 failed commitments is enough. It's time to reassign the work. The same for the other gal, Pollock. So it would be one thing if they were showing up to the meeting and not having anything done. That's okay, or they're doing things. Or it would be one thing if they were having open PRs but not showing to meetings. But neither of those 2 things is happening, and just a bunch of lip service is happening. So let's not hold up the project. They can certainly pick up any other aspects as they come. They're certainly welcome to. It's part of the message that I was trying to give to Rohit and to Suvra, which is Rohit is going to continue to kick butt and take names, just like the work that he was just showing. But we can't be asked like special invite for Rohit to join the call, a special reminder to join the call. Like if you're going to have an item on the agenda, you got to go to the call. Else we'll just start to assume that you're not going to join the call, and that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to. But I was just, and I'm using Rohit as a loving example. because for what I meant to say about Bhavya and Pollock, or those that are committing to, whether it's committing to the call or committing to some design or some code, eventually it just ends up being, it's a natural thing, but they end up accidentally, like with the best of intentions, they end up accidentally squatting on the work, so to speak, which means they're preventing others from it moving forward or jumping on it to move forward. So just kind of a public service announcement, I suppose. Cool. But hopefully everybody, hopefully the link to Figma worked. It's a read-only link. We want to get that changed to edit as soon as possible. The way that we can get to edit as soon as possible is there, in each design file, there are instructions about how we try to use, how we try to do collaboration in Figma without stepping on each other's toes, without me going in and messing up someone else's design, or vice versa, or hey, where is that design and how is this organized? And so we have there's these instructions in each design file that are, this is about as far as our process has evolved currently. And so the process could use some improvement too, I'm sure. So for any of you that are here and spending time in Figma, reflect on this. And if we can do improvements, let's do improvements. We don't generally this is one of the few areas where, like, just like for the code that people write here, anyone can come and suggest that code be added, but they can't directly edit the code itself. They can make a copy and edit their copy. When they want to merge their changes, that has to undergo review. And so only after someone has been here for a while and they've shown that they're not here to either vandalize or out of incompetency screw things up, that they then are trusted and they get granted edit access to the code. And so in a similar fashion for this code, for the design that's code, that's actually why we start off with kind of a view interface, so that people can so that trust can be developed. Cool.
Okay, so we are 1 minute over, and I think we've covered all the topics except for updates in the restructuring branch. So Yash and Shubhradev, quick updates. Do you have any quick updates? I think I added this today.
I can go over and give a quick update on this.
Yeah.
So let me share this. There's not a lot of stuff I did, to be honest. So first of all, I added this modal for adding new profiles, and you can also edit, and it comes to the same stuff. But other thing I added was test results drop down, which also shows all the results, and I'm working on the modal as of now. Just wanted to ask a few things in the community. And Shubhradeep, any updates from you? I think. And Leonard, any updates from you on the profile dashboard page that you want to share? Shubhradeep, I think we are not able to hear you.
So Shubhradeep, we cannot hear you, and Leonard says it's work in progress. Maybe you can demo on the Meshery dev call. Okay, So, right. I think that's all today. Shubhradeep, you can text on chat because we cannot hear you and we're over time. So you can also discuss this in the Meshery Dev call if you can. Cool. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope all of you got the Figma access, and if you're not, yeah, you can text on Slack as well. Okay, so thank you for joining. See you all next week or on any other calls this week. All the newcomers, you can join the newcomers call, which happens on every Thursday, and you can get a brief idea of the various sites that we have, the various projects that we work on, and maybe that will help give you a jump start to contributing here. Yep, that's all. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, Devapriya.
See you everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.